everyone, my name is Michelle Flynn and I serve as Executive Director of the Road Home. I want to thank all the staff members of Academy Mortgage for your partnership. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the project that you're supporting. You will be helping us move 65 people who have been experiencing chronic homelessness into their own apartment in our new permanent supportive housing complex called the Magnolia. It's located in downtown Salt Lake, so it's super convenient for people to get around to services and supports they need, access to food, really good transportation. What we do is work with our community across all the different homeless resource center and shelters that we operate to collaboratively identify housing that's available in the community and then help make a connection. So the type of housing that someone needs and the type of housing that's available, we make those things fit together. We puzzle those together and we call it coordinated entry into housing. So the Road Home will be working with all of our partners. The people that will be moving into the Magnolia are the most vulnerable people in our community. That's how we're making the assessment for eligibility for Magnolia. So we'll be looking at people, whether they're sleeping at the Men's Resource Center in South Salt Lake, or the Gail Miller Resource Center in Salt Lake City, or the Geraldine King Resource Center in Salt Lake City, or sleeping out in encampments or elsewhere that's not meant for people to sleep. All that information will come together, and we're looking at how long have you been homeless, what kind of disabling condition you have, what are your other vulnerabilities, and making sure that people who need to get housing the most are the ones who are going to get into the Magnolia. Now, once people move in, we want to make sure they're all set up so that they don't worry about having a mattress to put their head down on or some food to have for dinner that night. We want to make sure they feel really secure, that they can move in, take a deep breath, and think about what's next for them. On site at the Magnolia, this Road Home will have staff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to just monitor the front desk, make sure that people feel safe and have a resource to go for assistance. Now, when people move in addition to determining that they are chronically homeless, we also make sure that we have the information on what their needs are. And so we're working with Housing Authority and our own property management team. The individuals who move in will have a voucher through Salt Lake City Housing Authority that will help pay for their rent. So we can make sure we get the income that we need to operate the building, yet each individual tenant will only have to pay 30% of whatever their income is towards their rent each month. And if their income fluctuates or goes down, they can readjust that amount they have to pay, and the voucher will pay a larger amount. Therefore, we know we're going to have the money we need to operate that facility. And then our case managers work with the information that the guests brought forward to us, and we say to them, what do you need help with? What kind of resources can we help you? We're here to help you meet your goals. And so what are your goals? Let's see what we can do to help. And we make sure that, again, people have the basics, right? They have food, they have clothing, they have transportation or access to transportation. If they need to be connected with other service providers, we have close collaborations with all of our partner agencies, whether it be healthcare, physical healthcare. We have a shared office space on site, so partner agencies can come on site and get connected with guests right there at the Magnolia. And then we also work in outreach with all the different kinds of services provided by our partner agencies, which could include more medical care, could include mental health counseling or substance use disorder treatment, many, many other things that people need in order to really remain stable in housing and lead to really rebuilding that strong support network that we all need to remain stable in housing, whether it's with our staff, reconnecting with family. We see a lot of that when people move into their own home, that for the first time in a lot of years, they'll reach back out to family they haven't been in touch with for some time and able to invite them over to their own home, and they can feel proud about where they're living. We see a lot of success and a lot of goals from our guests to reconnect with their family. So many, many things, again, very, very client driven. We have an excellent staff that are so excited to come on board and get open at the Magnolia and bring those people in who have been living out on the shelters and living out on the streets for so long. And now we're going to have a place to stay with all those supports that are needed. So once again, I want to say thank you to Academy Mortgage, to all of you who are participating in this drive to make sure that folks have things they need when they move in. And thank you for supporting our work to end homelessness.